Do you ever wonder how some people seem to pick up English so quickly? Learning a language can feel challenging, but with the right strategies, you can speed up your progress dramatically. I'll be sharing 10 smart tips that will help you learn English faster and more effectively. Get ready to supercharge your English study routine. Welcome to Learn English with Mandla. Let's start off with a quiz. Which of the following is a great way to improve your English skills? A. Speaking and practicing English daily. B. Avoiding all English media. C. Learning only grammar rules without speaking. D. Translating every word in your head. Which of the following is a great way to improve your English skills? That's right. It's A. Speaking and practicing English daily. How about our smart tips? Let's start with tip number 1. Set clear goals. The first step is to set specific, achievable goals for your English learning. Instead of a vague aim like, I want to be fluent, make it concrete, such as, I want to learn 5 new English words every day. Or, I will have 1 conversation in English every week. Clear goals keep you motivated and focused. For example, you might decide to watch 1 English movie without subtitles by the end of the month. Whenever you reach a goal, you feel a sense of achievement that fuels further progress. That was tip number 1, smart tip to learn English faster. Let's move on to tip 2. Immerse yourself in English. What does that mean? Surround yourself with English in your daily life. Change your phone or social media settings to English. I'm sure you've heard this before, all right? Listen to English music and podcasts while commuting or cooking. Read simple news articles or social media posts in English. Immersion forces your brain to think in English naturally. For example, you could listen to English songs or watch short videos in English every day. Over time, this constant exposure will make English feel more familiar and help you pick up vocabulary and expressions quickly. How about tip number 3? Practice speaking as much as possible. Don't be shy. Speak English every chance you get. The quickest way to improve fluency is to practice speaking. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing or role play a conversation. Join a language exchange, chat with friends, or speak with an online tutor. Even simple daily interactions like ordering food or asking for directions in English help a lot. For example, find a conversation partner to talk on over the weekends. Remember, making mistakes is part of learning. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become. How about tip number 4? Use flashcards and spaced repetition daily. What does this mean really? Boost your vocabulary by using flashcards and spaced repetition tools. such as write new words or phrases on flashcards and review them regularly. Space repetition apps like Anki or Quizlet show you words just as you're about to forget, which greatly improves memory. For example, create flashcards for idioms or phrasal verbs and review them every morning. This smart method ensures new words move into your long-term memory. Try to practice flashcards for just 10 to 15 minutes a day. Consistency is key here. Great. Let's move on to tip number 5. Read and write every day. Reading and writing in English every day dramatically improves your comprehension and grammar. Read articles, short stories, or even social media posts in English. It can be something simple like English news headline or even a children's book. Then write about your day in a journal or post a short comment in an English online. For example, after reading a short article, try summarize it in English on your blog or just make notes. Reading exposes you to correct sentence structures and new words, while writing forces you to use and remember them. So this combination makes your English stronger over time. We're about halfway there. So tip number 6. Watch English movies and shows. Enjoy entertainment in English to make learning fun. Watch movies, TV series, or even cartoons in English. Start off with subtitles in your language if needed, then switch to English subtitles as you improve. Listening to native actors will help you understand natural speech, slang, and expressions. For example, pick a favorite movie and watch it in English subtitles. Pause and repeat phrases that you find interesting. Try to mimic the actor's pronunciation and intonation. This practice sharpens your listening skills and helps you speak more like a native. Great. Now, tip number 7. We're almost there. Listen to English podcasts and songs. Train your ear by listening to English podcasts, audiobooks, or music. Choose topics you enjoy, like news, storytelling, or music genres. Podcasts are great because many learners also provide transcripts to follow along. Sing along to English songs and look up their lyrics. It's a fun way to remember vocabulary. For example, in your morning commute, listen to an English podcast episode. Try to pick up words you know. Over time, you'll notice you catch more and more of what you hear. Regular listening improves comprehension and makes daily English usage more natural. How about tip number 8? Think in English. Start thinking in English instead of translating from your native language. Describe your thoughts, plans, and surroundings by using English in your head. For example, when you make breakfast, mentally describe it. I am cutting bread and making toast. This trains your brain to use English structure naturally. You can also narrate stories or imagine conversations in English. By thinking directly in English, you build fluency and reduce the habit of translating word for word, which slows you down. In other words, the more you live in English mentally, the faster you'll speak and understand it. How about tip number 9? Join an English-speaking community. Learning with others keeps you motivated. Join an English study group, language exchange meetup, or an online forum. You can find conversation clubs at community centers or participate in English chat groups online. For example, join a social media group where people post questions in English, or play a game online where you must communicate in English. Being part of a community means you practice regularly and get support. Plus, teaching others or helping someone with a question can help reinforce your own knowledge. Interacting with fellow learners makes learning social and fun, which boosts your progress. How about tip number 10? Review and track your progress. Finally, stay consistent and track your growth. Keep a notebook or an app log of what you've learned, like new words, phrases, or lessons. Set regular intervals, weekly or even monthly, to review past materials and test yourself. You could keep a checklist of language goals or a chart showing study hours. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. For instance, after 1 month, look back at your journal and notice how much longer you can read or how many more words you know. Recognizing progress keeps you motivated and confident. Remember, small daily efforts add up to big results in language learning. Those are the top 10 smart tips for learning English faster. Now you have the 10 tips to learn English faster. Set clear goals. Immerse yourself in English. Practice speaking daily. Use flashcards. Read and write every day. Enjoy English movies and music. Think in English. Join a community and track your progress. Try to use these tips regularly and make English a part of your everyday life. Practice consistently and you'll see improvement soon. Now tell me, which tip will you start with first? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to keep practicing. Every bit of effort counts. How about a quiz here? Final quiz. So, number 1. Which tip involves surrounding yourself with English in daily life? A. Read every night. B. Immerse yourself in English. C. Only study grammar. D. Avoid speaking. Again, which tip involves surrounding yourself with English in daily life? That's right, it's B. Immerse yourself in English. One last one. What is a useful method to expand your vocabulary quickly? A. Use flashcards and spaced repetition. B. Studying only grammar rules. C. Thinking in your native language. D. Ignoring new words. What is a useful method to expand your vocabulary quickly? That's right, it's A. Use flashcards and spaced repetition. Thank you for joining us.